This is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I am him, JIG. Subscribe, rate, and review. Apple, Amazon, Spotify, wherever you get your podcast, check us out. And we're also on Instagram at That Guy Jig. Now, we all have a dream. We all have a dream someday. When we were kids, we dreamed of being firefighters. Some of us dreamed of being police officers, doctors, or whatever your dream may be. You had a dream. And sometimes dreams alter, sometimes dreams change. But the one fundamental thing about it is you must keep dreaming. We must keep the dreamers dreaming. And what I'm getting at here, folks, is that I have a dream. I have a dream that one day the NBA will finally fix All-Star Weekend. We have been asking for it for years and they've done nothing. Adam, I told you to call me. I told you to call me, Adam, because this was going to happen. All-Star Weekend was a complete failure outside of the three-point contest. Shout out to Steph Curry. Shout out to Dame Lillard. Shout out for that whole thing. The three-point contest carried it. The three-point contest carried it. And the thing about it is it wasn't close. Steph versus Sabrina was 10 times more exciting, was 100 times more thrilling. And you know what? Watching Sabrina shoot threes was more exciting than any dunk that Jaylen Brown did. Jaylen Brown did dunks that were good in game at best. The dunks that Jaylen Brown gave us were terrible. Mac McClung, yes, Mac should have won it. Mac should have won it hands down. He should have won it. It wasn't even close. It wasn't even close. But what I'm saying is, for a guy like Jaylen Brown, who is making $60 million this year, I believe he's making for $60 million, you shouldn't be doing what a guy that makes $30,000 a year can do. You shouldn't be doing what the athletic fry cook in the back can do. You shouldn't be doing dunks that my Uncle Reggie can do. This is ridiculous. The dunk contest is terrible, and it's been terrible for years. We're not even going to get started on the fact that the skills challenge is the second best thing at All-Star Week. The skills challenge is the second best thing at All-Star Week. Overall, All-Star Weekend is a failure right now. It's a failure. They have to figure out a way to fix it. You have to figure out a way to get the best dunkers dunking. And listen, there was a point in time where people watched Zach LaVine, people watched John Wall, people watched Blake Griffin, people watched Glenn Robinson, people watched Derrick Jones Jr. I'm talking about high flyers, people. These are high flyers. Look up these dunk contests. People watched Blake Griffin jump over the hood of an IKEA car. Those are the props we used back in the day. I don't know what this... Listen, Kai Cenat, no offense to the guy. I see the guy on the internet. I don't personally follow him, but I see him on the internet. My point being is the guy is short. He's short. And you put him in a chair, Jaylen Brown, and you jumped over him, and you made us believe, and you made us think that you jumped over Shaq standing up, and you did not. That is a $60 million man right there, folks. That is a $60 million man. Now listen, I want to make one thing clear. No, I cannot do any of these dunks. I understand that. Thank you. Thank you. I know I can't do it, but I'm also not making $60 million a year. I'm also not putting a glove on my left hand for a prop for a subpar dunk. Listen, Jaylen Brown's props were better than the dunk. Do you understand what the problem is? The beginning is better than the end. And listen, that's fine, I guess. That's fine, I guess. But can you give me something better than a great in-time game dunk? These other guys, I don't even know what the hell they were doing. I don't even know what they were doing in the first place. We got Obi Toppin's brother who literally was out there doing stuff that I think I see kids in middle school on TikTok do. Adam, call me. Let's find a way to get the dunkers dunking. The people want to see dunks. Listen, at this point, you might as well put them in a fucking swimming pool and have a swimming contest. Let's see who the fastest backstroker is, pause, in the NBA. Let's see who that is. Let's see who can butterfly a 200-meter race. I want to see that. Because if you're giving me this dunk contest every fucking year, I can't watch it. We cannot watch it. Listen, I told a friend earlier today, I said, friend, I don't remember the last time I watched the NFL Pro Bowl. Can anybody remember the last time that they watched a Pro Bowl? Did you know they play flag football in the Pro Bowl? I did not know these things. But my point is, at least they are trying to revamp it. At least they are trying to make it entertaining to the folks. Listen, in times of today, we don't have much to look forward to. When sports are over, days are long, there's no rain, there's droughts, there's famine, there's hunger in the streets. People go crazy when there's no sports. So while we have sports, can we at least get a good piece of content? You're putting these games on every other streaming platform. You're making these games harder to access. Certain states can't even watch their... I'm in Denver, Colorado, and I can't even watch the Denver Nuggets unless I have a certain cable provider. I know people in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, who can't watch the Thunder unless we have certain streaming platforms. My point about all this rant is, if you're gonna make us jump through hoops to watch this shit, when it comes to selecting the best of the best, sir, with honors, the top of the top, the guys that because they got this NBA All-Star badge, we're gonna give them an extra $250,000. I'm talking about these guys. Can we get a better product from you? Can the fans get another product? And people... I've heard a lot of blame being pushed on who's the cause and who's the effect of why All-Star Weekend sucks. And I'm going to talk about the elephant that no one's talking about. The reason All-Star Weekend sucks. Listen, there's a direct correlation with when you start allowing players to sit out. When you allow players to pick and choose when they play. Do you think the All-Star game is out of that? Do you think someone's going to say, oh, well, you know what? I already got my check for the All-Star game. I might as well just take it easy. Take it easy, okay? Don't go too hard. We don't have to go balls to the wall. It's just an All-Star game. This is a break. I need time to rest. Like, come on, folks. The writing was on the wall. Once you start allowing players to be more comfortable with sitting out, you allow players more comfortable with fatigue management, injury management. When you allow these things, there's nothing that doesn't get scorched by this sun and this magnifying glass. This fire has been started. At this point, you have to find a way to put the damn thing out. Because once you figure out a way, and listen, check it, don't wreck it. I'm telling you, once they figure out a way to stop these players from picking and choosing when they want to play. As Jason Tatum once said, who gives a damn if you're playing a game in Charlotte? Who cares if it's on NBA TV Charlotte? Once they can get players to get that through their fucking heads, the All-Star Weekend will be back. And I've said this part right here. This is why I say the only reason why old heads from the Michael Jordan, from the Charles Barkley, the Larry Bird, the Magic Johnsons, those guys, even the Kobe Bryant guys from this early in his career, those The only reason they have any leg to stand on is because their best of the best competed in All-Star Weekend. That is the only thing that is better between now and then. If you give me then's player participation in today's skill set, I have the best league this world has ever seen. We're not talking about anything other than player participation. And I think that's something that needs to be made clear. And that's why we have to find a way to make it more competitive. The dunk contest is done. The dunk contest is through. We won't have another Aaron Gordon, Zach LaVine. We won't have another Blake Griffin, Dwight Howard. We won't have these great champions for a very long time until somebody, not named Jaylen Brown, by the way, someone who is a max player not from Boston, who is not even probably the second best player on his team, whenever we can get a dunk contest where the champion actually plays in the NBA. No offense to Mac, but he is not in the NBA. Like, what the hell are we talking about? If you want to see Mac McClung play basketball, you have to go watch the Orlando, the Osceola Magic, man. You can't even go. You have to go watch their farm team, folks. If you want to watch Obi Toppin's brother play, you have to hope the Knicks are either up or down by 30. And with how Tom Thibodeau coaches, even if they are up or down by 30, he might not be in the game. And these are people we had competing in a dunk contest, folks. For everyone that pays for All-Star Weekend, I hope you get a refund. The NBA right now is stealing millions and millions and millions of dollars every single year for All-Star Weekend. They are giving you a subpar product for premium prices. You are paying to be in the atmosphere to breathe the same air as NBA max contract players. That's what you're paying for. You're not seeing anything great. Besides the three-point contest. The three-point contest is the only exception. Like Paramore said, you are the only exception. And I'm talking about the three-point contest. Sabrina and Steph are off limits. Like I said, I'd rather watch Sabrina shoot 30. I would rather watch that woman shoot 100 3-pointers in a timed manner. I would rather watch her shoot and try to make as many 3-pointers as she can make in 1 minute than watch another damn second of that dunk contest. I'd rather watch the WNBA All-Star Game than that dunk contest. Especially when you're selling me this at a premium price here, folks. We're talking price versus product. Take away the names. You take away the names right now. And you tell me the product that the NBA put out other than the three-point contest was significantly better than the product the WNBA puts out. That's how bad it is. They need to fix it. You can't do it anymore. But in any other news, we're going to stay on this All-Star Week because I'm not done. The East puts up 211 points. I don't think, like I said, until we find a way to curb player participation, until we can find a way to get max production from these players all the time. And I'm not talking about the players who really go out there and they put on every single night for the kids that come to their games. I'm not talking about those guys. And this has nothing to do with gambling, has nothing to do with parlays. I'm just talking about the players who come out every single day. They do their jobs, they clock in, they put their hard hat on, and they go to work. You know what's so crazy? And I find this really crazy, talking about player participation. Nikola Jokic, right now, he gets made fun of because he's a simple guy. He doesn't like his job. All he wants to do is go watch his horses. All this crap. Say what you want to say about Jokic. The guy shows up to work every single day. Every game he plays. He plays in 90% of his games. He's not going to miss a game. He's not going to take the night off. He's going to give you his all. The moment he steps foot on U.S. soil for these 4 or 5 months, however long the NBA season is, you know Jokic is going to give you his all. Now, listen, I'm just saying. We have to understand what I'm talking about here, because the only way we're going to fix the All-Star weekend is if we get players who want to participate more. Now, All-Star weekend, of course, is not made for a guy like Jokic. It's not made for the center. Maybe that's what we do. Maybe we have a 1v1, all the post players in the All-Star game play against each other. Maybe we have a one-on-one basketball play instead of the dunk contest. I don't know. Maybe we do King of the Hill instead of traditional 5-on-5. But something has to be done in the NBA to curb this. 211 points. There was absolutely no defense played. That is the most points ever scored in an all-star game. Karl-Anthony Towns had 50 points, and the guy was just hoisting up threes, folks. There was no defense. Listen, and I'm from the era. Please tell me your age without telling me your age. But I'm from the era that when the all-star game comes on, okay, this is what I grew up, and this is what I think of when I watch an NBA All-Star game. First quarter, showsmanship. Straight showmanship. That's where you get some cool dunks, cool passes. You know, you get to see like passes from teammates you never thought you get to see. You get to see alley-oops from, unlikely teammates. You get to see maybe like a one-on-one matchup between two guys who have a little bit of dip on their chips and they're trying to make sure they get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, the second quarter, you're going to get more three-point shooting. A lot more three-point shooting. The snipers are coming in. They're coming in and they're pulling up from deep. They're coming in 1-2, dribble, tween, cross. I'm pulling up. You're going to get more ISOs. The big men are going to start doing little ISOs. Third quarter, the same thing. But the fourth quarter, we're locking in, man. We're locking in. And we're going to give the people what they came to see. We're going to listen, there's a reason why we got that Kobe Bryant versus LeBron James clip, man. There's a reason why we got it. Because of the simple aspect that these guys locked the hell in and they competed for the people. They knew it wasn't for them, dude. These fools know that shit. They know it ain't for them. They know it's not about them. It's about the fans. All-Star Weekend is about the fans. It ain't about the players. It's a cool accolade. Good job. Good job, bro. You're an all-star. Great. But the fans vote on the all-stars, man. The fans vote on this shit. There's a reason why you got the all-NBA team. That's at the end of the season. That's for your coaches and all that other stuff. That's totally different. NBA All-Star is about the fans, man. That's why they got these courts with all these LED lights on it. These players can't see that. Hey, listen, this is for us, the people. And until the people start commanding for a better product, we're not going to get one. We're not going to get one, especially when it comes to the NBA All-Star game. The dunk contest, like I said, the dunk contest is really kind of out of the fans' control unless the NBA were to start a pool of, say, 30 players. The fans had 30 players throughout the first half of the season, and we could all vote on said 5 players, 4 players. Then you could get more of the fan choice. But since it's not like that, it's going to have to come down to a max player is going to have to be like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to rejuvenate the dunk contest. I'm going to breathe life back into the dunk contest. But until we see that player, the dunk contest is done. But as far as the All-Star game, come on, guys. We got to be able to throw like a stupid amount of money at them, Adam. We got to be able to have the game at Rucker Park or something, Adam. Adam, there has to be something that we can do, Adam. Because this is getting crazy, Adam. You said you wanted more participation, Adam, and these dudes came out there and put up 211 points in your face, my guy. Hey, yo, son, you bugging. I'm not from New York, but if I was, that's what I would say. Hey, yo, son, you bugging right now. Hey, they being mad disrespectful, and you are okay with it. You ask for defense, they come out there and put up 211 points, man. What defense? I don't know, Adam. We got to figure it out. But I'm going to get off of All-Star Weekend because that's the thing of the past. And we're looking for the future. Listen, folks, we are on the home stretch. And if your teams are these teams in the East, Miami, Orlando, Chicago, or Atlanta, you are in the play-in and you are struggling. But you will find air. You will find air, people. And if you don't, so what? At least you get the play in. And the good thing about the play in is it doesn't really affect your draft status, which I don't even like how the NBA does their lottery system. I'm a guy who believes the worst team gets the first pick. If you want to do a lottery for 2 through 10, I don't give a damn. But the worst team should always get the first pick. Because if not, then you end up with franchises that will never be good. They will never be good. How long did the Cleveland Cavaliers have to wait until they got LeBron James? These are facts. Then you got teams like the Lakers who don't really draft. They just trade for their people. So my point is, I think they should trade that too. They need to trade. There's a couple things they need to change in the NBA, and that's one of them. But out west, Dallas, Sacramento, Lakers, and Golden State. Now, the Lakers and Golden State are both positive on FanDuel. And if you're not a gambler, that means that they do not believe the Lakers or Golden State will make the play-in. Will make the playoffs. Catch 22, I got kind of quicker than what I was trying to do. But the play-in is not the playoffs, folks. So even if the Lakers or Golden State make the play-in, that bet will not cash. You need them to make the playoffs. But right now, the Lakers are at like plus 102. Golden State is like plus 150. Those odds may have changed in the last couple of days. I am not the books. I'm just on them. I read the motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? But listen, this is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I am him, J-I-G. I appreciate the subscribers. I appreciate the listeners. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, and we can all be friends. I always tell you that because I mean it. This is one of 3. You know how I do. Now, this week, we're probably going to add a college basketball one. We're probably going to add a college b-ball. March Madness is around the corner. College basketball, you know, it's there. It's a fun game. We love sports. And March Madness is always some of my greatest sports memories have been of March Madness. Once again, this is That Guy Jig Sports Podcast. I am him, J-I-G. I appreciate you for listening. Subscribe, rate, and review. And as always, stay true and stay blessed out there. Peace.